Hello again. Day 18. It's been, I'm gonna say about 4 or 5 days since I last uploaded. You're gonna wonder what I've actually been up to. Well, I hope so, if you care about me. I'm playing. What have I actually been doing? I've been taking some time off, man. I had like 3 days off and I have been working behind the scenes. The only thing is, I feel like those were days mentally. I just wanted to protect myself a bit more, man. I like to believe, you know what? Here's something we can talk about. I have worked on building businesses, building ventures, trying projects. I've worked flat out on trying different things since I was about 17. Yeah, 17, no, 18, second year of college. And I've had cycles where I've been super enthusiastic. I've also been in a position where I wanted to just try and create everything all in a week. And it was cool. I progressed a lot. The only thing is, like, every time you go through a cycle like that, I feel like you put yourself in a position where you, it's sometimes, well, okay, it's necessary to get things out of the mud. But in other scenarios, it's really difficult to maintain. And no athlete, when you think of business as being an athlete, no athlete can perform at full capacity at all times. Is literally just asking for failure or pushing yourself to the brink or, yeah, like burnout. And like I mentioned, I like to work in sprints. I know what I do now. I know how I like to work and how I prefer to do it. I don't want to spend all of my waking hours working. I've done it before for many years on the run. And usually I end up just being upset, fed up, and very mentally low. Or like, yeah, I feel low. So I'm just not going to do that anymore. And I've stopped doing that. I stopped doing that like maybe a year and a half ago. And I don't regret it. So yeah, these days I do take days off working because in the past I just work all week long for months on end, and before you know it, I get sick or I feel really anxious, and everything's just difficult to manage mentally, and like even my performance at work isn't great. So yeah, I don't kill myself for work. It's just not worth it. The goal is still going to be there and the mission's still going to be there. If I have a few days off, so be it. Bearing in mind, I've not had a proper holiday. I've not taken any longer than a week off since maybe 2019. So that gives you an idea. So I took some days off, relaxing it. By the way, thank you for everyone who watches these videos. If you aren't already, please subscribe. It does help a lot when I see new subscribers and some comments and some likes. It sounds like I'm begging because I actually am. I want I want things to talk about. I want ways to be able to interact with whoever's watching my journey and hopefully give them my thoughts or feedback on things that they may have questions about. So let's read some comments because you lot leave comments and it makes my day. So first one says you watched it all the way through. Well, thank you for watching the last video all the way through. It means a lot to me. I appreciate that. I appreciate you even leaving the comments. So much love. I hurt myself. That was for you though. So yeah, all good. And that was I'm in market. I'm in markets 81.95. I can't read without my glasses, as you can see. I'm not wearing them. I don't have contacts, so this isn't going too perfectly well right now. Next one. Underscore K hyphen ND. Thank you for sharing. I relate to this in many ways. Would you seek a diagnosis in the future? Well, sometime in the future when you're ready to have a family, for example. So it's something that is looked out for in your children when they are ready to start school, etc. Seeing it as hereditary, seeing as it is hereditary. When we're saying it, or what we're talking about here is autism. Will I seek I wouldn't seek a diagnosis for myself in future. I don't think, yeah, I just don't think I'll benefit from it personally. However, when it comes time for my children to go through life, if I'm fortunate enough to have them, yeah, sure. I'll have them be assessed. it's a conflicting one, to be fair, because I never knew what to describe this thing as. So growing up, I never really felt different. I felt different, but I didn't know that there was a label for what this is. And there were frustrations. I think people handled it better because they couldn't fob me off as a label, which is kind of, yeah, it's a weird one. But at the same time, there are additional support, means of support if you are diagnosed. In future, in my dream land, if I had a magic wand right now, the chances are I'd be able to, hopefully afford some extra support for my children. And I think if I do go down the route of hopefully, well, if I do go down the route where they may also be like myself, I don't think their life will be impacted if they weren't aware, or if they wanted to be aware. Like, again, this is a moral question from a parenting standpoint. I don't think I'm quite ready to answer such a question, but I don't think I'd like my children to feel limited. I don't want people to treat them any other way. I wasn't treated differently, and I weren't treated in a way that could have got me in. Yeah, I actually did get bullied for a little bit at one point, but when I turned out all right. I'm a bad bitch. I just don't know, I actually don't know. It stumps me because on one hand, I don't want them to feel like they have a shield to run underneath and blame everything on that thing. Whereas, you know, by not knowing that I may have been different, well, how I was different to other people, I was forced to, I was forced to socialize. I was forced to do things that I think impacted me positively from a like social skill standpoint. But at the same time, it's not to say people like myself or whatnot can't adapt to the world. I just don't know. The short answer is I don't know, and we'll find out. Hopefully I've got, when my kids come one day, I should still be doing content, and that might be interesting to talk about parenting and how I'm handling that. That would actually make some interesting stuff. Documenting life, man. So yeah, you also mentioned, well, you mentioned yesterday's entry. I got around to watching it. That November will be a 25K month. Is this because you have something in place for Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales? If not, do you plan on taking advantage of these sales days? Yeah. The short answer is I'm a week late. Yeah, but I do plan on taking advantage of the days, mainly because like it's a buying cycle for many people, and it's a great opportunity for us to bring in and usher more people into our fold. So in 2021, we had that was like the first time we hit 120K in a month. We essentially took 66K in cash that in like a week, and in that whole month we brought in about 128 grand worth of revenue into the business, and that was in 2021. So like that week was crazy. That was a week when I realized if you have a really good offer at the right time in the right place, and you can get enough exposure for it, you're in. You can build businesses that do crazy numbers. That was probably like when I realized this stuff was kind of real. Building businesses. I kind of knew before then, but like seeing that sort of money in that week, I was anxious as shit. By the way, like the most amount of money we seen, I was so friggin' anxious all week, and I I didn't understand that much. Like I grew up without much money, as mentioned, and when I seen that sort of money come in, like it blew all sense of what used to be a reality in my life. It blew out the waters. I couldn't imagine that sort of cash, let alone money that could be, brought into the company in such short time. Before then, like we were doing about 25K months, 30K months, and then like to essentially double that in one month and bring in even more. Yeah, it was quite something. So yeah, we'll be taking advantage of those days. Last year I think we did about 40K, 40K. But that last year also was a very terrible year. As at that specific week, yeah, that week. What happened? Rishi, I think the week before, Rishi announced that energy bills will be going up or something. I mentioned it before, and like already, like the market was a bit, everyone's pockets were getting a bit tighter. So yeah, it was a terrible week for us. Well, it was terrible considering the year before our overheads was probably about 20K a month tops altogether, and then the year after that it was about 40K. Um, 40K, possibly 44 or 45 a month, and we were just burning cash. So it was like we broke even, and that was kind of the beginning of the end when we realized this. Well, when myself and Anisha were looking at the finances and realizing things might change very soon if we don't pull this off. And then after that, we were waiting on funding to come through that just never came through. So such is life. Keenum, you said 14K, 14% of the way. You're right, you're right, you're right. We made 14K, so we're 14% of the way. And that's a good thing. So far this month, we've made nil fucking pois. We are yet to make some revenue. It's day 7th of November. We've had quite a few leads come through and all organic, so that's promising. I'm going to be looking to run some campaign work. I've mentioned it. I've actually fixed the email automation thing that I wanted to work on. I've got some stuff to do tonight, but before I go sleep, I'm gonna, you know what? Before I go sleep, I'll just create a new ad creative, get it out there, and see what we can bring in. I believe instead of having, I'm very skeptical about the Black Friday week. I might start building up the momentum now, get the emails out, let people know that we're going to be doing a massive sale on Black Friday week, and once like maybe early bird before Black Friday week, we'll give a specific amount of percent off. Then Black Friday week, we'll get each new cohort. We'll reduce the amount of the percent of discount we can offer. I'm not huge on giving discounts if I'm honest anymore. Like we discounted so many services in the past, and I feel like every time we discount a service, it makes people expect discounts, and when they expect discounts, I don't feel like they take their. I don't know. I feel like there's some sort of subconscious thing. I got it. It's still like I don't have to work as hard, and it's just something that we've seen. We've made nearly a thousand pound purchases, like four figure purchases. Sorry, we've seen a lot of them, and there are patterns that we've seen in the UK at least. But then again, this Black Friday, I'm also working on marketing to the US, so that should be interesting. I'm actually quite scared because we've got some work on building the infrastructure out. If we can get US cohort to sell out, I've got to get some instructors over there, and the good thing is we'll have like 2 months to get that sorted out, so that should be cool. And if things go to plan, which I pray they do, am I gonna sneeze? Bless me. I will be looking to bring in some support again, man. Like some more full-time support. Maybe I'll go down the route of a VA, or maybe I'll just go down the route of getting someone who can be my assistant to come in. Um, yeah, not going to pay ridiculous salaries and pay over the top like I once did, but I'll pay very fairly, of course, and get someone to come in, work alongside myself, and from there, I should be able to build up the business a bit, build up the business some more and get some shit done because, man, I need support ASAP. Like, there's just a lot of shit on the back end to work through, and it's rather tiring, as I mentioned before. So yeah, that's like the update on where things are at. This week, what am I trying to achieve? I'm trying to achieve getting some good leads through. Making sure the email automations are all set up accurately. On top of those leads and getting them over the line, my next goal is getting all of the marketing work, different like imagery, getting some videos in place, testimonials. I really need to get my testimonials sorted out, video testimonials. Get them sorted out so we can put them out next week and whatnot, get some more stories documented so we can put those out. And if I can do those between now and the end of next week, I have had a very successful 2 week span because I can run my campaigns all week long for Black Friday. And even after Black Friday, running up to Christmas, we can run continuous campaigns that should hopefully bring in some good revenue. The reason why I need a good month is because Zaire needs to be able to save up for a move to New York. Well, I need to save up some money to help me out with ad hoc things that can come up. I don't know what can happen. So yeah, I've been thinking about that sort of stuff for a while, man. I've been thinking about thinking recently. There was a video that I seen from a channel called Home Math, and it explained the different levels of human thought and what level we can go to. I'm not going to recite the levels because I know that I'm just not going to remember it. Like, it is 1:25 today. I'm recording a little late. Forgive me, please. It's been a while, I promise. I'm getting back in the swing of things. I'm actually working every day this week, pretty much now till I go on holiday. I go on holiday next week. I need to go get a passport at some point. I'm cool. You know what? I don't know I don't know if I need a passport to go to where I'm going to go, but I'm going under a US passport because my UK passport isn't here, but I need to see if I can get an emergency passport like tomorrow. Oh my God. I am a bozo. This is what my brain's like. It's so chaotic. I forget things that are really important that I shouldn't forget, but I prioritize something else, and then, oh mate, I'm just an absolute mess sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna try and figure it out again. I tried looking at the .gov website, and that shit is so confusing. It's just jarring. Where am I going? I'm going to Spain. I know you didn't ask, but I asked. I'm going to Spain, I believe. Going with some mates, good mates, man, good mates. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'll be recording. I won't have my like ambiance and of course on everything, of course, but I'll be recording and we'll be making footage happen over there. I'm so excited. It's my first time in like 4 years now. Oh my God, it's 4 years. Yeah, it's literally 4 years this month. Wow. Yeah, it's 4 years. First time in 4 years. Yeah, we'll get out there. And hopefully by the end of this month, if Black Friday's good, Black Friday week, I might actually be somewhere else as well. I might be in Portugal. And yeah, I don't think there'll be any more holidays until January. Well, it's not a holiday, it's me moving. So yeah, what do people? Yeah, I don't even know what to speak about at the moment. Maybe I've got to build myself up slowly. I do want to start going to the working out again. So like tomorrow, well, after work tonight, I'm gonna wake up early tomorrow. Early for me is like 9 o'clock. If I'm gonna wake up at 9 a.m. so I can get exercising early. Hopefully time myself out so I can go to sleep earlier tomorrow and start fixing my sleeping pattern. Because like it's so random. I went to bed at 5 a.m. today, and it's kind of jarring going to bed really late sometimes because you miss out on certain things. I don't even mind missing out on it. It's just I don't want to work till 5 a.m. every day. It's not entertaining. It's really not. But yeah, that is all I've got for now. Like, I'm keeping it short and sweet, I hope. Yeah, short. Keeping it short and sweet. I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully I've got some good news or some progress to talk about. If not, I'm gonna chat GPT. I'm gonna start writing notes on things that happen in my day that I could share with you lot so I can speak about specific topics. So yeah, that was it. Day 18, 0 to 100k a month, because I seen Marcus Rashford in a McLaren today, and well, I seen it online, and I remembered I like fast cars, and it gave me a kick up the arse. To be fair, I'd love one. Have a good one. Peace. Where are you?